Hello, how you doing? Welcome to Thursday where we talk about your future self. My phone is making funny noises. It is that time of year where we can reflect and have a look at what's been going on and celebrate it and be in it, and also make some nice juicy plans for the year ahead, your next chapter. And these videos are here whenever you need them. So I know some people love to do their planning in December. Some people wake up in February and go, right, now it's time to get my life together. It's totally up to you, but these are here for you whenever you need them. So today, before we begin, I've got something great coming your way very shortly. So keep an eye out for it and I'll share it when it's ready. But back to today's video. The first thing I want you to do is to make a list and make it real. This could be getting out your calendar. This could be looking around you, walking through your house, just seeing what went down this year and celebrate it all. So I feel really proud of myself that I achieved one of my goals, which was to leave my postcode more often. I think it was a mixture of having children and COVID and all the rest of it. I just got a bit stuck in one place. And I haven't been to the Himalayas or anything like that this year. But what I have done, let me pull up my list. What I have done is I've ventured further afield, and I've had more confidence to do that with kids. You know, mine are 5 and 9 now, so we're out of that buggy stage. I don't need to take a big changing bag, and I've really enjoyed that freedom. And yes, it might not look fancy, or I haven't taken them to Florida, or it hasn't necessarily all been Instagram friendly. But for me, that was a goal, and I really feel like I've achieved it, and I'm going to build on it going on this year. I also want you to look back in your calendar of things you did, people you saw. I had a couple of moments this year where I said yes, and it would have been so easy to say no and allow the logistics to take over and well, how am I going to make that work? Well, I can make it work if I ask people for help, and I'm not very good at doing that. And so I'm really glad that I have done some of those things this year. Also, having a look at your environment. So recently we have put some shelves up in our living room, and I can't tell you what a difference these shelves have made. And Matt and I rather boringly talk about these shelves a lot. I think they're great. And because it's Christmas, we've got some fairy lights around them. And Matt even said the other day that I could keep these fairy lights up all year. And these shelves, I don't know why. Maybe they've just changed the feeling of the room. But we did that thing. And I think it's so easy to have stuff lurking on your list that by the time we get it off the list and into action, we have to celebrate it all. And that is what we are doing this Christmas. We are celebrating these shelves that we've brought into our lives. Number 2, use it all to get ready for next year. I have often been surprised when I've done goal setting workshops, and I've done a lot over the years where I've hosted them, I've also taken part in them, where people sit down and they look at a blank piece of paper and they don't know how to fill it. I want you, when you come to do these things, to be writing so fast and furious and excitedly and oh, maybe this, and oh, I'm not sure, and I can't believe I'm writing this, but I'm doing it. I want you to have that energy around it. So at this time, you are maybe experiencing all kinds of thoughts or feelings or reflections, or I did that and that was brilliant and I want more of that. And I can't believe I'm still doing that, and that needs to go. Whatever it is that is happening for you, use it all. Pay attention to it all and use it to get ready for the year ahead. I also want you to notice, and I want you to write a list of things that no longer align. So at the beginning of this school year, I wrote a new list for my children, and I do this at the beginning of the year of what sound really serious, but what my expectations are. No, let me go into more detail before you're like, whoa. What my expectations are, as in, I want them to pack their bags every single day, and for it to be easy for them, so they know what they need. So we've got Monday, swimming, whatever it might be, and they've got that list. I also noticed the things that annoy me about the house and stuff that other people could do. So I now have a rule: when I serve my kids dinner, it's their responsibility to clear the table. This is really boring, I'm sorry, but hopefully you can resonate in some way. Take the bowls, take the plates, take their cups, so it's fresh for the morning and it's done. I don't want to be like, oh, there's that thing left over from last night. I like to clean the decks and get ready in that way. So I have a bit of a list of, like, put your water bottles in the kitchen, clear the table, make your bed. They're not making roast dinner. Not yet. Next year. We'll see. And but it makes everything smoother. And these things that I was noticing again and again and again of me nagging or grumping about things, this has really helped. So checking out those alignment pieces. What feels out of alignment? Write them down. Make a plan to make them work. I've lost the track of how many. Okay, I'm just going to go into it. Borrow the inspiration. If you see people doing roundups of the year and everything in you might be triggered, like, oh, it's all right for them, or whatever thought comes to mind. Oh, look at them. They're saying about all the things that they did. Well, you know that voice that sometimes comes out and then you're like, do I really think that? Did I really say that? It's okay. You're a human being having a human reaction, and that's fine. But now do something with it. Borrow that inspiration. Allow it to give that fire to yourself. If they can do it, I can do it. What did they do? Instead of being jealous, let me study their process. Let me find out more. Let me peek in and go, right, okay, so they did this and then they did that and that led to this. Oh, right. And then really understand what it is. We have to get into action. Don't allow yourself just to get stuck in these feelings of frustration, or it's not fair, or it's probably because X, Y, and Z. Yes, there are probably people who have had more of a helping hand, or they're further ahead, or they know somebody at Vogue, or whatever the goal is. But that doesn't mean that you can't do it too. And it might take longer. It might take a bit of time. It might, all of these things. That is okay. So slowly but surely with this, borrow the inspiration and use it, because there is so much more that you can be doing. Number 5. This is kind of a reminder from the last point. What's meant for you won't pass you by. And so I want you to reframe your impatience or your jealousy. And this is the difficult thing sometimes, especially with goal setting. People say set specific goals. So it's got to be time specific. It's got to be this. And everybody gets these goals really neatly bundled. And they go, right, this is the year that I'm going to do this. And they might get to December and they're only 60% of there. And that plays tricks on them because they're like, no, but that's not what I ordered. I ordered this being neat and done and completed in a year. And often when things don't work on the timeline, we then have to work out what's next and how we're going to deal with it. So we can do option 1, which is, it hasn't worked in time. I thought it was this. Let's just burn the whole thing down and forget. Like, it's obviously not meant for me. Or we might go, do you know what? I'm not as far on as I thought I was because I haven't done the work. I haven't done the things. And I'm now like, well, I ordered this, but I haven't met the expectation. Or thirdly, really trust in the process. Oh, I didn't realize it would take longer than this. Oh, okay, maybe the timeline was not right. It was inaccurate and I need to look at that. And also this thing of what's meant for you won't pass you by. Sometimes your golden month might be January instead of November. Are you going to wait 2 more months, or are you going to burn the whole thing down and go, it's not fair, it didn't happen, it's not meant for me, la 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 la? Or are you going to hang in there and go, well, look, I've come this far, and I think it's just around the corner. So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to sit tight. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and off we go. If that's you, if you want to plan for next year, the next chapter, I would love to help and support you. Send me a message. Let me know what you're looking for. If you're not sure what you're looking for, but you know these things that you need help with, I can point you in the right direction. I hope that's been useful. Lots of love. See you next time. Bye.